What's this? A non-special video? What's going on? Yes, believe it or not, it is not just a special channel, it is other things as well. But we'll get into it. And we'll come back to it, it's me, Danny. But first of all, before we get into the shoes today, massive thanks to everybody who's got in touch over the special drop. Do you know, everyone knows I love it. Everyone knows I love giving advice. Yes, there were some technical issues getting one shoe per day out, but hopefully that's sorted for the next time. But anyway, we'll move on because I've got another pair of shoes. Now, you've seen from the title and you've seen from the picture. I have got some Adidas Mexicana. These don't come out for a little bit, and what happened was the guys over at 7 Store dropped a message and said, Danny, fancy doing something with the Mexicana? I was like, absolutely, send me a pair through and we'll have a look at them and all the rest of it. So here we go. Thank you 7 Store, really appreciate that. We'll talk about details of when these are coming out at the end of the video. Let's break into these. So here we go. Check these bad boys out. Adidas Mexicana. So yeah, I mean, I've had to do a little bit of research because I've seen a few of these have been released elsewhere around the world, and I knew they were to do with the Mexico World Cup back in 1970, so I thought what I'll do is I'll have a little bit of a dig around and see what I can find out about it. Obviously based heavily on like the Gazelle from back in the day, which, you know, there weren't as many different shoes with a back in the 70s and things like that, so that's kind of the basis of where the shoe was from. And they've never been retroed. I never realised this. They've never been done like they were from back in 1970. There's been Gazelle colourways. There's been a version that had a black tongue that I read up, but I've not found a picture of that. I was looking for one. But so far, they've not actually retroed the shoe as it was. So I'll show a few little details. It's got this really, now I don't think it's showing up on the camera, but it is like that brushable fine suede. It's a really good quality on there. And then you've got like it's like a patent leather or rubber, like a rubberized 3 stripes on there. And same with the heel. It's like got that, I think it is a rubber heel tab. The Adidas Mexicana doesn't stand out so much on the golden suede, does the gold leaf, but that's really good as well. And you've just got this nice, I think it's ever so slightly off-white actually, is the sole, and the sole's white. What I do really like is I do really like the short tongue on there. There's no branding on it, but again, presuming that's what it was like back in the day. I differ. Sometimes I do like a long tongue, sometimes like a short tongue. Try not to put like any innuendo into that, but you know what I mean. And they're just like just a nice trainer to wear, like I always say, like in the summer, going to like the pub and stuff like that. I don't think it's put any difference between the two of them. They are exactly the same. I'm going to give you some size advice, but you will have noticed, for the keen viewers out there, that they've actually sent me through a size 8.5 and I'm a size 8. And I didn't realise, shall I tell you at the point I realised? When I picked them up and pointed them at the camera, and obviously I can see myself on the camera, and it said 8.5 and not an 8. But I'll give you some size and advice for what an 8.5 is, because like I said, a few of the special drops you might have gone up half a size. So these for me are ever so slightly big. Just, I can get like my thumb in there. So if you're going for the Mexicanas, you need to go for your true Adidas size. Don't be going half up like some people have done on some of the special drop pieces. You need to go true to size on these. But what else can I say? They are a really nice shoe. Looking forward to, oh well, I'm going to have to try and swap my sizes into a size 8 now, aren't I? Because they don't fit, but it is what it is. I think a little bit, in fact, I even know the reason why, because I got some Yabisas from there in an 8.5 because I wanted to compare the 8 to an 8.5, so I bet that's why they've sent me an 8.5. Should have thought about that. But anyway, you do get an alternate lace. So you do get some yellow laces in, so I'll throw some yellow laces in for the pictures. Personally, I think the black contrast lace is the one to have. Why you'd ever go away from that, I do not know. So yeah, massive shout out to 7 Store for sending these through. So these are out on the 26th of August. There's a link in the description below, and I'll put some links on Instagram for the raffle that you can enter at 7 Store to get yourself a pair of these. £89, which very reasonable. I think anything £100 or under, although £100 is a lot of money, £100 or under for the kind of trainers we buy, I think is very reasonable. We see a lot of other brands getting up to the 150, 160 mark for regular kind of things, over 200 for some of the special bits, and us lot who like Adidas, we're still paying £89 for a nice pair of trainers, which I think is still a bit of a bargain. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully I can switch these into a pair of size 8s at some point. If you've got any comments about these, leave them in the description down below. Obviously, I'll post them all up on Instagram, so any of the comments or any of the questions that you've got, hit me up on Instagram. I try and answer every single question about every single shoe I post. I think I pretty much did that with all the special bits. If you did get missed, I'm really sorry. And that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, blah, blah, see you next time on the Annex. Bye.